Yes, I get it. To be successful, you need to get lucky. But did you know that there's different types of luck? Some of these lucks you can actually control. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you a process for getting the ideas you have in your mind, these grand visions that maybe you believe in, that you can see, but other people can't see, and having them materialize in the real world 99.9% of the time by creating your own luck. I recently was reading tweets by Naval Ravikant, and he came up with this amazing thought experiment. See, he has a thread called How to Get Wealthy Without Getting Lucky. And someone asked him the question, what do you mean get wealthy without getting lucky? And his answer was very profound. He said, if we were to have 1,000 parallel universes, so universes similar to ours, perhaps in one universe you're a little bit taller, one you're a little bit shorter, one you're brown, one you're white, one you're Asian, one you're Jamaican, right? One you're born in Australia, one you're born in Ireland, you get it. Small variations in the different universes. We want to make it so that in 999 of those 1,000 universes, you achieve your goal. Whether that's getting wealthy, whether that's a spiritual goal, whether that's your relationship goals, or whether that's a fitness goal, you achieve it. Not just rely on the 50 or so universes where you get lucky, something happens, and you attain the goal. We don't want that. This thought experiment is powerful because it forces you to change the way you approach the problems. High performers, they operate very differently to the masses. They like to use what's called System 2 thinking, which is slow and deliberate. Daniel Kahneman talks about this in Thinking Slow and Fast. Slow and deliberate thought to plan out how they're going to approach their next move. And to do this, you need to understand what luck is. You need to understand how to leverage luck and the different types of lucks. And then you have power. So luck one is what we often think of as luck, which is just blind luck. Blind luck is you are hiking in Egypt and you stumble across 7 Dead Sea Scrolls. Each one of them worth $250,000. Some museum gives you the bounty. That's blind luck. You didn't intend to see it. You just happen to find it by happenstance and you get paid. Or you play the Powerball. You play the lotto, you win $700 million, you pay a little bit of tax, but the rest gets to stay in your bank account. You're set for life, assuming you don't burn it like a lot of lottery winners. That's blind luck. As you can imagine, this is the most unreliable form of luck. This is the one that most people think of. Disregard that. The second type of luck is called motion luck, movement luck, kinetic energy luck. This comes from you taking action, massive action in different directions and seeing what works. You might have heard the saying, throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. This is what motion luck is. I'll give you an example. A YouTuber, he wants to make it big, but he doesn't know what direction to go. He starts uploading random videos on gaming. They don't work. He starts uploading videos where he's reading the whole dictionary from start to finish. He starts uploading videos where he's counting from 0 to 100,000. He starts uploading videos where he's giving away money. He's doing whatever it takes. He's trying different directions. He eventually finds his niche. His channel blows up. He gets 100 million subscribers. He didn't know the pathway to get 100 million subscribers. He just took random action, opportunities arose, but he eventually got it. Or an entrepreneur, he starts several companies. 5 of those companies, over 20 years of business, go broke, go bankrupt, don't make any money. One of those companies is profitable, but just a little bit. Maybe it's doing 500,000 a year. And then the last company is a whale, major success. He sells it for 9 figures to Google. He gets $100 million of a payday and retires. That is motion luck. He didn't see the way that it was going to happen. He just took lots of action, started different businesses, got better along the way, eventually found something that worked. This works, but it takes a lot of energy. Third form of luck, which is even on a higher level, is something called prepared luck. This is where you have changed yourself. You've changed your subconscious mind, your reticular activating system to be able to pick up on things that other people can't see. Through your unique experience, your deliberate practice, maybe 10,000 hours in business, 10,000 hours in music, 10,000 hours in investing, or whatever it might be, you can now see small, subtle shifts and waves that others can't see, and you can take advantage of once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. The example of this, someone is studying blockchain, he's also studying economics in the year 2009. He's frequenting these Bitcoin forums. He hears about Bitcoin. He sees the trend of everything going digital and decides to invest in a major way. He spends $1,000, buys each Bitcoin at $1 each, and decides to hold, and the rest is history. That is prepared luck. Or a scientist who has worked in their craft for many years. They've researched, they've done experiments, and they've really nailed this particular field. They stumble upon something accidentally during an experiment, which hits off on an epiphany, where they remember something they did the week prior, some conversation they had over here, some other study that he read about this, and he puts everything together and comes up with a cure for cancer or something like that. That's prepared luck. He needed all the prerequisite knowledge and life experience to be able to take advantage of that opportunity. The fourth level of luck, which is possibly the most powerful, I like to call it I am luck. It's all about I am, who you are as a person. When you become a celebrity or you gain a certain level of respect in a field, you start to attract opportunities to you, opportunities that you don't have to work for. You become like a star, a big star with a huge gravitational pull that pulls things towards it. To give you the example, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's podcast has made him, he's now worth like 200 mil. And this is because everybody wants to be on that podcast. Celebrities, presidents, entrepreneurs, hackers, everybody wants to be on that podcast. So it creates a range of opportunities. It's almost like luck number 2, which is emotional luck, but inverse. Other people are taking motion and coming towards him. He's not the one who has to take the action because he's become such a big figure. So he's become privy to a bunch of business deals. He's partnered up with Aubrey Marcus on it, which is doing really well. He's probably had a range of other opportunities come his way. Of course, the Spotify deal, which was worth 200 million. He's doing really well for himself because he's become this big influence figure. Another example of this, pretty much every president in the past like 50 years has a net worth of like 100 million, or every US president. And their salary is something like 300K a year. So how do they make that 100 million? There's a lot of talk of Nancy Pelosi, who's this politician in the US, being an insider trader and having 100 millions, allegedly. People get opportunities once they become president to do speaking gigs, to do business deals that can make them fabulously rich. That's why a lot of people want to be president. There's a lot of money on the back end. The salary doesn't matter. Same thing with chief executive officers of companies. They have like a salary which might be 500,000, but then their worth might be $50 million because of stock options. So when you become a big influential figure, you bring luck to you. So how can we use this for our own betterment? We have luck number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Luck number 1, as I said before, disregard it, it's useless. It might happen, but you don't want to bank on that. Luck number 2 is definitely something you can take advantage of, but just be prepared to put in a lot of work. What you really want to do is focus on luck number 3 and 4, being prepared and then attracting opportunities in your direction. Luck number 3 is all about who you are. So the idea is you have your goal. Maybe it's to be wealthy. First thing is to focus on what skills are needed for you to succeed in that endeavor in 999 universes out of 1,000. To be wealthy, you need a high leverage skill set. This might consist of sales, it might consist of deal making, perhaps marketing, perhaps maybe coding or content creation, team building, systems. If you're good at any one of these things, you could do really well in business, investing as well, finding the right companies to invest in. That's what Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger do, and they've made a lot of money. The second thing you need to focus on is beliefs. What beliefs do the people in the position you want to be in have? When it comes to building wealth, there's a certain prosperity consciousness that a lot of wealthy people have. Certain beliefs about money, certain beliefs about leverage, certain beliefs about time, especially, and what their time is worth, what they're capable of doing, that the average person doesn't have. So what you want to do is acquire those beliefs so that you can reprogram your subconscious mind so that those beliefs become yours. When those beliefs become yours, action becomes effortless. You remove the friction, you remove the self-sabotage, and you can move in a straight line towards the goal. So you really need to focus on those two things, skills and beliefs, as well as increasing the opportunities you have to ensure that luck number 3 and luck number 4 go your way. Luck number 4 kind of happens by itself, somewhat of an emergent process that happens just from your success. You get so successful, success begets success. winners take all effect. You've heard of these concepts. That's what happens when you get to level 4. But level 3 is all about who you are. In the spiritual field or world, there's this concept called the mirror. It basically is saying that the whole vast world is yourself pushed out. The world is a mirror that reflects your inner state. So when you change your inner state through your beliefs, etc., your skill sets, which is a secondary consequence of changing your beliefs. Once you have the right beliefs, you can acquire the right skill sets very easily. The rest of the world follows suit. Now, this process doesn't happen automatically, it doesn't happen quickly. Most of the time, it's usually a slow process, but it does happen. So that's how you create your own luck. Go through that example I just explained in this video. It doesn't just pertain to wealth building. This could be for any big goal you have. Figure out how to leverage all forms of luck, well, especially 3 and 4. Figure out what skill sets and belief systems you need to be successful 99.9% of the time. Do this and I promise you'll be one step closer to living and dying well.